Hi, I'm Bukeka. I'm the B.
And I'm Enolia, and I'm the E.
Together, we are Be Empowered.
The universe is calling, calling, calling. The universe is calling me to be. The universe is calling me to love beyond my boundaries. The universe is calling me to be. It's calling me to listen more, talk less, and hold the light. The universe is calling me to be.
We believe that deep in our souls, we hold conversations, but for whatever reasons, we do not always take the opportunity to speak from our hearts.
We want you to imagine that you're sitting right here with us now, sipping a cup of tea or coffee at our dining room table, and we're having that conversation. You know, the one that encourages, inspires, and motivates you to the infinite possibilities that your life has to offer.
Let us help you to expand your imagination, to create your beautiful dream into reality. It starts right here and right now, because the universe is calling you to be.
The universe is calling me to sing into the heavens. The universe is calling me to sing. Oh, to sing like I have never sung in all my given lifetimes. The universe is calling me to sing. The universe is calling, calling, calling. The universe is calling me to be. The universe is calling, calling. The universe is calling me to be. It's calling me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Be Empowered. This is Enolia, and I'm here with my co-host, Bukeka. Say hi, Bukeka.
Hello, everybody. This is Bukeka. Hi, Enolia. How are you?
I'm doing well. And here we are, another episode of Be Empowered. And today we are going to talk about standing in your authenticity. Standing in your authenticity is so important, especially now with the world changing. You see, many of us have visions. We have this vision of what we want to do, where we want to be, or number one, how we would like to transition. But we're not sure exactly how. And when we talk about standing in your authenticity, we talk about standing in your truth and being honest with yourself. So if you are one of those people who have been working, let's say, and I'm only using this as an example, corporate your whole life and you don't like it anymore, it's going against your belief system because of the fundamental changes. There's an emptiness inside your heart that just says, I just don't want to do this anymore. Whatever the case may be, that's personal and that's yours. But many of us don't know how to transition. We don't know what steps to take in order to fulfill that soul's calling when we know we're not supposed to be where we are and we're afraid to take the leap. And as Bukeka and I were talking earlier, we were like, we got to talk about this, because if someone can learn from my experience and my story to dare to step into their truth and their authenticity of what they want, because I journeyed from being a corporate worker to an entrepreneur. And it was taking a leap. And in sharing that story, it could help someone. I want to help. So instead of taking all of this time, I'm going to go to you, Bukeka. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, honey, my thoughts on this are vast, and so I've got to hone it in. That's how much I'm thinking about this. Let me tell you, I'm just going to jump in with some personal story. I was self-employed for 13 years, and I did a lot of work in training and development. worked in diversity, customer service, and leadership. As a musician, singer, songwriter, I often would travel the world and found a great way to infuse the music with the message. In fact, I even have a song called Stand in My Truth. And I might just sing a little bit of it before we get out of here today, right? But
Yes.
but what happened is the economy.
Mm.
There was shifts in our economy, and I was able to withstand one hit, and then another would come, and I was able to withstand the next hit. But then when that third hit came, I was really at a loss. And I think that what my experience was as a self-employed entrepreneur is that I had plenty of gifts and talents, but I didn't necessarily have the mindset
Mm-hmm.
the mindset of what it takes to really be an entrepreneur. And the other part was I didn't necessarily have the support that I thought I should have. Okay. And um, so when I went back into the workforce, here's where my mindset was. And this comes into this place of fear. What are people going to think about me? I've had my own business for 13 years and now I'm taking a job. Are people going to think that I'm a failure? And that's when you know that your mindset is not where it needs to be. As long as you are allowing your path to be determined by your fear, you will not have the success that you want. And I think that that's what was happening in my business. I didn't have the mindset. And then when I transitioned out of it into the workplace, it just had that whole residual feeling of fear that went along with it. So this is a big topic for me personally. Definitely.
You you hit the trigger in the heart. Because I'm going to go the opposite direction, having worked in corporate most of my career, designing computer networks and in IT and otherwise. Not only was it a mindset of like, how could I dare step out of this, but this whole piece of the fact that the money was good. Why would I transition away from that? The lifestyle was good. I could have anything that I wanted, that I'm not lacking for a single solitary thing. But when you look at that and you talk about that, isn't that a form of addiction also?
Mm.
I was addicted to the money. I was addicted to the lifestyle. I was addicted to all of the little benefits. Why would I dare follow my soul's calling and transition out of something like that when I had it all? And I have to tell you, the soul's calling for me was so much stronger than wanting to be there. I was aspiring to people I didn't even like. Why would we do that? For money? For lifestyle? Isn't that a form of selling your soul? So I had to step back and, for me, I formulated my exit and I had people project onto me how I was going to fail. Are you crazy? What are you going to do? Where are you going to find a better job than this? Unless you go back to another corporate job, of course. But what? Work as an entrepreneur, be your own boss? Oh, girl, you'll be crawling back in a year. Yes, I did have people tell me that. And it made me step back to say, I am a courageous, powerful being. If I could work 80 hours for somebody else, why can't I be successful for myself? And so I took the leap. And I took that first year and formulated it this way. I looked at all of the characteristics of the things that I love to do in life that were my strengths. And I looked at all of the characteristics of the things that I would not have or be a party to anymore. And then I created what I wanted to be my job as my first stream of income. And then I looked at the other passive streams of income that I enjoyed doing that still played to my strength, so that I was not just dependent upon one. And you dare to hold the vision and take the leap, because when you do that, then that vision becomes your life's journey, the walk to that success. And I'm exactly where I want to be. But you have to dare to stand in your truth and your authenticity and your belief in yourself in the face of all of the projections of fear of other people, let alone yourself. And then if you know that you need personal development, don't lie to yourself. Go get the personal development. If you know you operate from fear and you make poor decisions, address it, face it, figure it out, get the personal development. If you know that you have a fear of success and that every time you're just about to embark on the success and you derail yourself, face it, figure it out, and address it. People poo-poo personal development, but when you don't take the time to address your fears and face yourself in the mirror and love who you see and trust what you know and trust your instincts, then you're trying to build an entrepreneurship on a house of sand. On sand, where it's not going to take off because you haven't addressed the pieces that you needed to face in the first place. That is the foundation of what you want, which is yourself. And girl, you know I can keep going. I'll pause.
So what's happening right now is that all of these listeners are doing the replay of everything you just said. They're doing the bullet. What'd she say again? Bullet point. That was amazing, Enolia. That was amazing. And it's so true. Personal development is so important. And particularly that personal development that has to do with the type of work that you want to do. So for example, if you're in the field of network marketing, okay, all right, and a lot of people poo-poo network marketing. We know that, right? But I tell you what, that is one industry that is big on personal development, because they know that every individual that enters into that has to rely so much on their own sense of self-worth, and they have to be ready for rejection after rejection after rejection. They have to be ready to keep going in the face of their family, friends, and coworkers, and just this whole stigma, quote unquote, of what that field is. People who enter into the field of coaching, as so many of us are, okay? So many people are coaches these days. They have wonderful knowledge and experience to share, but they don't know how to lift that off the ground. They don't know how to translate that information into curriculum, into modules, into those things. And so the personal development is imperative when you are launching your new business and becoming that entrepreneur. That is one of the things that I feel like I had a real struggle with. On the inside, I felt good about who I am. I know all about self-worth and feeling empowered within me, but I didn't have any real knowledge on how to structure my business. And personal development in that arena would have probably set me up on a different plateau at the time. when it comes to business, business is business. Business is business. You have to be able to focus. You've got to be able to organize. You've got to be able to have a message and know how to convey that message. So since we're in this land of entrepreneurship right now, where so many people are becoming or seeing the reasons why they need to be an entrepreneur, and because their job has ended because of the situation that we're in globally, or they've decided, I don't want to go back into that environment, so I need to find out how I can be an entrepreneur. Then now that you've made that decision, here's some steps you need to take. You got to have the mindset. You've got to learn about how to do it properly. You've got the gifts and talents. You know what you want to do. You know the lifestyle that you want. And now all you need to do is get the tools necessary to help you become successful in that. And don't be afraid to ask.
You're exactly right. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about personal development because, and this is my opinion, please, it doesn't reflect anybody else but my own. And I'm going to say to people, watch out for the facades.
Boom.
I'm going to say, watch out for the facades, because there's a lot of people who are saying, oh, pay me 5,000 grand, and oh, pay me 8,000 grand. And I'll give you a 2-month package, or I'll give you a 3-month package, or pay me weekly, blah, 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 blah. You need to find personal development, coaching, or coursework that resonates with you. Don't run out and get the very first thing you see, because that's the framework and that's the packaging that's been there. You look at that like you would look for a friend. Not every friend that you meet will resonate with you, but there are certain friends that you will have a connection with. It's like, oh my goodness, I really, really want to be a part of what this person has to offer. When I learn from this person, or when I speak with this person, they lift me up. What they have to say, whenever I speak with them, I walk away feeling so much better, alive, motivated. I have the initiation to go out and to do what it is I need to do. And if the person doesn't make you feel that way, don't touch them with a 10-foot pole. I don't care what they have to offer. And I don't care what their credentials or their credibility touts, because you will surely be wasting your money if you don't have some type of connection with them that surpasses the paradigm.
Agreed.
We have lots of people who are creating the new paradigm and pay me, blah, 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 blah. This is what I have to offer. But I tell you, I care about every single one of my clients' success, and I will bend over backwards to see them successful. And they know that. They know that when they're working with me, that the care and the honoring and the mutual respect is so powerful. And the listening versus just telling them what to do. I don't tell my clients what to do. I guide them. I support them. I explore with them so that they can see all aspects of what it is that they want to embark on. I'm honest with them. And I let them know what's opinion versus what's fact. Mm. It is about you making your own decision and finding your own journey that empowers you, but not somebody telling what to do. And that's really important with personal development, because people think it's like, oh, I go to a coach, they tell me what to do, or they listen to me, or they give me back the feedback that I want to hear so that I can go on and do the thing. And it's not about any of those things. You will get feedback you don't want to hear. You will get confronted with things that you have to deal with because you're in your own way. And you have to change that behavior or that outlook or that belief system, because it is impairing you from going on to get what it is that you want. All those pieces need to come together. So find the authentic person that moves you and that is honest with you and will tell you the hard thing in the face of when you don't want to hear it. What do you think, Bukeka?
Oh my gosh, it's so true. As far as that authenticity, most people are drawn to the shiny objects. They're drawn to the people that speak really, really fast, that have all the answers for everything. When you find the person that will tell you, I don't have the answers for everything, okay? In fact, I hear what you're telling me, and I know somebody that's really, really good at addressing what it is that you're looking for. That's authenticity. That's a person that you can trust. That means that this person was honest enough with me to send me to someone that knows more about what I need than they do. Therefore, I'm going to trust that, okay? And I'm going to go to that individual because it's coming from a reliable source. It's not a shiny object type of thing. And, you know, we're in this world of social media where there's tons and tons and tons of shiny objects flashing at us all the time.
All the time.
And what a lot of them are doing, and I'm not saying this for everybody, but what a lot of them are doing are focusing their attention on those individuals who lack that sense of self-worth and knowing their own truth. It is a market, people. That is a market, okay? And what we're here to tell you is that, well, just as Enolia was saying, vibe with your tribe, you know, focus or draw your into your sphere the things that you know speak to you. Now, when it comes to personal development, sometimes you might not know what speaks to you, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're not aware enough of who you are to really trust that you can attract that right person, that right coach, that right business model, okay? So that's where that personal development really comes into play. There's a lot of books. We know that there's a lot of books that there are too. So we got shiny objects and we got tons of books, right?
Yes.
So again, go to those authors that resonate with your messaging or resonate with who you are as an individual. You might be the type of person that that loves the Stephen Coveys of the world or the Richard Bransons of the world. You might be the one that really resonates with the Oprah Winfrey's of the world, or you know, the strong, powerful woman entrepreneur. Whoever that is, we are drawn to go to those big names that we hear about all the time. Mm-hmm. But Enolia, you coach. I coach. We are people that are in the neighborhood of the people that are listening to us, right?
That's right.
And when you hear people that are giving you a message that says, we're just like you and we're just like everyone else. We're standing in our truth. We're standing in our authentic nature. And that is something that we have the ability, because we have taken on the mindset and we have learned to be our authentic self, that we can then pass that on to the people that are listening, and we can offer that level of trust.
So you're absolutely right. I mean, first of all, the first thing I'm going to tell folks, do your homework. Do your homework. You know, like you talked about, and I hate even using the word coaching because it's such a broad word and everybody's using it and it's an overused word. But to guide somebody through life, through the hardest segments of their life, whether it be divorce, whether it be through death, whether it be through trauma, whatever the case may be, all right? You have to resonate with the person. I know that if I want to be a singer-songwriter, creativity, powerful, motivating, I'm going to look for somebody like you, Bukeka, because the bottom line is you're a singer-songwriter, you've been around the best of the best, and the authenticity and no facades, that's what I want. That's what I want. And for myself, you know, people who do their homework with me, I have a corporate background. I basically have studied with many cultures around the world. I am indigenous, and my work incorporates indigenous practices and studies alongside with my corporate work, alongside with my travel and understanding of cultures across the world, alongside with my business skills and my master's in business. I have a plethora of work, and I work from many various different aspects. And this is my life's work, and it's based on experience. And so, you know, other people will certify, and, you know, this is not meant to be insulting to anyone, but a piece of paper saying I'm certified does not mean that you are certifiably capable of working with someone. You know, because the bottom line is, if that someone is speaking to you and you can't relate to them, I don't care what piece of paper they have, you can't relate to them. And it's just like, you're there, you're present, but then you're looking at this person going, who the hell is this? And they don't even understand who I am. They don't get me. And see, these pieces are important.
Yes.
So I'm going to leave it at that in terms of the academia, blah, 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 because we can go into a whole thing of that. And I'm not here to insult anybody. I always say like this: there are many roads to the one thing that you want. You have to choose what road you want to embark on to get there.
So that's perfect. Because, as I mentioned before, I have this song called Stand in My Truth. I'm just going to sing a little bit of it, but the words are perfect for what you just said. I'm standing in my truth. I'm on solid ground. I once was lost, but now I am found. I'm free to be my destiny. I'm standing in my truth because I believe if I stand in my truth, then I will be free to be my destiny.
Oh, sing it, girl. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's so apropos for what we were talking about.
It fits right in with what you were talking about. When you can stand in your truth, you feel solid.
Yeah.
You feel like you have moved from that place of wondering if you can or cannot to that place of, I can do this. I am capable. I know that I have the tools, and if I don't, I know where to get them. Right?
Yeah. Yes. And be honest with yourself. Be truthful with yourself. Do not lie to yourself.
Yeah.
Because the only person you will hurt is yourself. So if you think or you know that you need a stronger foundation, get it. Don't try to put the burdens of entrepreneurship on top of a foundation of sand, knowing that you sink on one side, possibly sink on the other side, maybe stay up on another side. Make it strong, solid foundation. Build, build, build on what you know are your strengths. Acknowledge your weaknesses, complement them with those from the outside that can help you with that which you're not the strongest on. And then do what you have to do. Be who you choose to be. Stand in your truth and stand in your power and your strength. But most of all, trust yourself.
Trust yourself.
Yeah.
So Enolia, if you would give our listeners, because you did what a lot of people are really doing, I mean, you're doing what you've done, what people have are in the process of deciding to do right now, leaving their corporate job, transitioning into entrepreneurship, and not necessarily because they've thought about it, like, where you had this calling you knew, but some people are doing it because they need to. Some people are doing it because they don't see that they can have the life that they want in their corporate job. So they're finding themselves along with finding what it is that they can do. So what steps, what recommendations do you have for that?
So the recommendations I have for that is this. Again, list the characteristics of what you love. And list the characteristics that you don't like. And then focus on what you love, all right? And list the skills that you possess, that you choose to want to use, that you choose. Because if you are a singer and you're trying to become a fisherman, you have no business being a fisherman, okay? If you're a singer and you want to become a singer, or you want to use singing and you love singing and all you think about day and night is singing, you need to incorporate singing. And so for me, I was excellent in designing of networks. I was excellent in coaching and corporate coaching and mentorship. These were all my strengths. So I knew a couple of things. One, I needed to work with my hands. One, I needed to incorporate training and motivation piece because I love doing that. And so instead of just going, okay, these are the things that I love and what I love to do. Now, what job can I find that fits them? I created my job to fit it. And I made sure that it all played to my strengths. Now, if I'm sitting here saying that I love culture, I love empowering and motivating people and giving them the initiative and seeing them successful. And then I love all of these different crafts and different things. What I did is I created retreats such that people can submerge for the next 7 days. And so the crafts and things I love to do, I love horseback riding. So I incorporate horseback riding. I love canoeing. So I incorporate canoeing. I love drawing. I incorporate drawing. I love acting. I make people do little skits and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I love motivating and helping people break through their fears so we'd have the conversation.
Yes. Yes.
And so I designed my coursework in a retreat format that allowed us to have the deep conversations, check into themselves, go to a space where they can think through and break through their own issues, have that conversation, and then invite what it is that they want to do and leave with steps in order to take place to do it.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
And that played to my strength. Now, that's just one of a few different facets of what I've chosen for myself. But if all you think about is fishing every day, then you're supposed to be a fisherman. And maybe you're not supposed to go out and go fishing. Then maybe that means you invest in chartering a boat and you teach fishing and you take people out every day and you do what you love.
I want to speak for just a second to the people that love their jobs. Okay.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily creating the income that they want, but they love their job.
Yes.
So what I would say is you can definitely continue to have that job, but if there are things that you want to do outside of that to bring an income, you can do that as well. I'd say for those people, structuring your time is important. You want to make sure that, again, with that personal development, that you have an understanding of what it's going to take to be successful on both ends. So when you're coming home from work, you know how much time you're going to spend transitioning from the workplace to your part-time or entrepreneurial endeavor, and still get all that life stuff in, like dinner, kids, family, but then also making sure that your family knows that what you're doing is really important to you, and that it also has the ability to create the types of activities and lifestyle that's important for your entire family. I think the other thing that's important is to feel very confident in yourself to be able to make that adjustment from the job to coming home to work, that you don't let those distractions get in the way. Because your kids, your spouse, all of those people are going to have demands of you, right? And you've got to feel confident in yourself that you can be the entrepreneur when it's time for you to be the entrepreneur. And I think the other thing that is important is that you have those the technical tools, or the things that you have to support you in that business. I don't care if it's painting, crocheting, podcasting, whatever that is, that you have the tools that you need and the space in your place to do that in a way that's going to be effective and feel good. So if you're trying to transition from the job to doing your part-time entrepreneurial work, and you don't have the space that's comfortable, you don't have all the things that you need to execute that task, the microphone, the computer, your yarn, your paint, your studio, whatever that is, in place, then that's not going to make that transition from the job to the part-time entrepreneur very successful. So you really have to create some other structure in your life that includes your time, your space, and the boundaries that you're going to need to put in place with the people that love you.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And creating passive incomes and exploring that and what that looks like, you need to speak with other entrepreneurs. And I'm just going to give our studio audience a heads up. If you're interested in that, listen to our outro. We actually, as entrepreneurs, do offer that capability of bringing in passive income also. So I'll just leave it at that. But in the spirit of standing in your authenticity, be your truth, live your truth, speak your truth, be honest with yourself, and trust yourself. So, Bukeka, do you want to say any last few words?
I think we have really covered the gamut. Standing in your truth when it comes to entrepreneurship, be yourself. Be yourself. That's what people will appreciate most about you. That's what your clients will appreciate most about you. That's what people who you are peaking or seeking to do business with will appreciate about you. Just be yourself.
Yeah, and dare to take the leap.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to take the leap, because if you're not happy, you're moving through life and you only get one life to live, and you're not enjoying life. And life is to be enjoyed. Family is to be enjoyed. The activities that you do are to be enjoyed. Work can be something that you enjoy if you dare to step into that truth. Yeah.
Well, we want to thank everybody for listening today to Be Empowered with Bukeka and Enolia. We love doing this. If you can't tell, you're missing something. Something's wrong if you can't tell how much we love to do this. And
We love it.
we do. So until next time, thank you so much for listening in.
And thank you again for that beautiful song. And those of you who don't know that, Bukeka is the one who sings our intro and our outro. And I love her voice. Oh my God, you are such an amazing woman. So thank you for sharing that beautiful vibration with us today and every day.
Thank you so much. Love you, Enolia.
Love you too. Okay, bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed the show. We look forward to bringing you more shows in the future. To learn more about our co-hosts, check out their websites, www.bukekastyle.com and www.enolia.live. Learn about their masterclasses for conscious transformation, their personal coaching, along with their international retreats and expeditions. Are you an entrepreneur looking for another line of income? Check out www.planetmarketing.com/Enolia and www.planetmarketing.com/Blakemore. We are here to transform your life. Thank you for listening.